It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, welcome. It's showtime, everybody. It's showtime. The Geno Jones Show. So I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. Please subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. You and everybody you know, folks that you love, folks that you like, folks you just, we all right, folks you really can't stand, folks you hate, strangers, aliens from outer space, tell them all. This is must-see TV, the Geno Jones Show, all right? So subscribe, share, screen grab, all right? Screen grab, put it up on TikTok, on Snapchat, on Instagram, even on that bootleg racist ass, it's X, used to be Twitter, that's okay. Facebook, create a short here on YouTube, whatever platform you got. Let's make it go viral, and I appreciate you watching. So I'm really excited today. I have the founder of the GullahGeechie Angel Network here in the Carolinas, and you're going to learn a lot. You probably heard terms like Gullah and Geechie. Oh, they so Geechie. Well, you're going to get a history lesson today from a woman who is the founder and her like a protege, her apprentice. As a matter of fact, I got a chance to see them on television yesterday. Shout out to my radio sister, my sister by another mother, Savannah J. She does a segment on Live 5 News, so I got a chance to see. But full disclosure, the founder is family. Literally, we just didn't come from the same womb. But remember, DNA don't make you. I always say it. DNA don't make you a parent. DNA don't make you a daddy or a mommy. It makes you a donor. And DNA don't necessarily make you family. It just means you share DNA. Family is a bond spiritually, emotionally, support in all kind of ways. I digress because you've heard me talk about that. So let me, first of all, I got some good news. I'm going to start off with some good news, and I got some better news, and I got some birthday shout-outs. So shout out to Jamie Foxx, Eric Bishop. That's his government name. Some folks in the hood say government name. Eric Bishop. I want to say Jerome, but Eric Bishop, Jamie Foxx. So he made his first major appearance, public appearance, since his health crisis. It was a lot of speculation about it. Listen, I kind of know what people who were close to Jamie said, but I'll let him tell you, and we talked about it anyway. He's recovered. As a matter of fact, he had a rehab stint, I think, for a couple of months. He was in Chicago. Northwestern Rehab Center is a place where my mother actually sees all her doctors, so they have great doctors there. Let me just, I need to click a button, guys. There we go. So listen, he looked great, he sounded great, and he received an award, a Vanguard Award from the Critics' Choice Awards, and it was very emotional for Jamie, but he still has a sense of humor. He said he couldn't imagine, he couldn't walk 6 months ago. And he said, I'm not a clone. He said, because a lot of y'all were saying that I was cloned. And then he said, in the typical Jamie Foxx humor, he said, y'all ain't shit for that. He said, considering, he was very close to death, he talked about, I saw the tunnel. I didn't see the light, but I saw the tunnel, and it was hot in that tunnel. And I saw the devil saying, come on, man, come on down. So obviously, Jamie, he still has a sense of humor, but he just talked about how grateful he was, and he thanked his sister and his daughter who just protected his privacy, and they did a great job because, like, everybody was all in his business. Oh, he did. Oh, he had a stroke. Oh, he did this. He had that. Just, hey, listen, respect the man's privacy. Whatever he had, the fact that he couldn't walk 6 months ago and that he saw the tunnel, damn near saw the light, didn't see the light but saw the tunnel. So really, he came back from the precipice, and he talked about he has a new outlook on life. Because when you really face your mortality, and this is a guy that's in shape, Jamie Foxx, all buff, cut up, swole up, but God has a way of humbling you. And when you really face your own mortality, especially when you believe that you are young and healthy, it'll really change your perspective, because as my grandmother, one of the many pearls of wisdom, and my grandfather, Gene Jones, who I'm named after, and Conway Jones would say, Jeannie, tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. And she said they have little caskets just like they have big caskets. So you just never know. Tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. They say, there's a phrase, and I don't want to mess it up, so I'll come back to it. But basically, today is a gift, all right? It's called the present for a reason, because each and every day that you can wake up and, as my grandfather said, go, take a breath and open your eyes, and you can put your foot down outside the bed, or even if you don't have a bed, if you're sleeping on the ground, you can put your feet on the ground and wake up. One of his pearls of wisdom, my grandfather, he said, any day above ground is a good day. And I say, Dad, it's a great day. He would say, your best day, your worst day, 6 feet below ground, will always be better than your best day, 6 feet below ground. So, just some pearls of wisdom from one Conway and Gene Jones, ladies and gentlemen. So, just shout out to Jamie. I'm so happy that he really looked great. He sounded great. You would never know. So, whatever he had some great doctors, and the best doctor of all was the doctor upstairs. That's the main doctor. So, happy birthday today, December 5th. All right, Sagittarius, I see you out there. Lauren London, been in a lot of movies. So, remember the movie ATL? T.I. was in the movie. So, she played T.I.'s girlfriend, Nunu. That was her name, and that was her character's name, Nunu. She's been in Next Day Air. She was the late rapper Nipsey Hussle's baby mama. Lauren London is 39. She still got that baby face. I remember when she first came on the scene. She was in music videos. Carrie Hilson. So Carrie Hilson, the sister, made the song Pretty Girls Rock. So Carrie Hilson is also a hell of a songwriter. So do you remember Beyonce's song, Like a Boy? Beyonce, all you Beehive out there? Well, guess who wrote that song? Beehive and everybody else. Carrie Hilson wrote that song. She's a singer-songwriter. 41 today, so happy 41st birthday to Carrie Hilson. Paula Patton, the actress you've seen in so many movies, from Hitch, Deja Vu, I loved it. She was in there with my man Denzel Washington. Precious, with Monique and Gabby Sidibe. She was in that movie. I think she played like the social worker. She was in Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol. She was in Two Guns. That's another movie that Denzel was in. Maybe Denzel kind of got a thing. Yeah, I want to have that girl work with me again. Paula Patton, and she was Robin Thicke's wife. So she's like, that's her ex, or his ex, or her ex is Robin Thicke. Paula Patton is 48 today. Michelet, Dr. Dre's baby mama. And then she was with Suge. Unfortunately, according to Michelet, they both were abusive men. Dr. Dre really beat her real bad. And apparently Suge engaged in some domestic violence, which I have no toleration. I don't tolerate that at all. Anyway, Michelet turned 53 today. Of course, she made the song, the big hit. Her first big hit was No More Lies. And then she had the slow jam, the ultimate baby-making song. There's a lot of y'all that was made to that Something in My Heart. From way back in the late 80s, I think? Yeah. So man, y'all grown. Y'all in y'all 30s. Y'all getting old. So happy birthday to Michelet, and a very special happy heavenly birthday to the architect of rock and roll. Elvis Presley stole from the brother. All of them stole from the brother. He's the architect. Richard Penniman, Little Richard, was born on this day in 1932. He joined the ancestors back in 2020. So happy heavenly birthday to Little Richard, and happy birthday to Lauren London, Carrie Hilson, Paula Patton, and Michelet. So, all right, I'm going to bring on my guest, and her cohort, I'm sure, will join the show. So, I am honored to introduce to you the founder of the GullahGeechie Angel Network. I've had the honor of knowing this queen for virtually 2 decades. Full disclosure, I'm honored to work with her baby sister, who's my sister. You've heard me talk about Savannah J, my radio sister, on Star 99.7, where I do my morning radio show at 10 o'clock, #1 station. We've been #1 for like 2 decades because of you. Okay, so much for the not so humble brag. But anyway, it is my pleasure to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful queen, beautiful soul, beautiful spirit, and you will feel that spirit the minute she opens her mouth. I welcome Elder Carlie Towne, the founder of the GullahGeechie Angel Network. Thank you, my sister.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Geno. I am honored to be here. I am so excited. You bring so much excitement, so I'm really excited to be here. And, when you were talking about the birthdays, this is my month too. I'm a Sagittarius, so I will have a birthday on December 18th.
Yes. As a matter of fact, my mother, who's my #1 fan, who's watching me live right now, and God is good because she just had cataract surgery, and the surgery went, they said, even better than they thought, and she can already see again, so God is amazing. We talked about it because my mother's birthday is December 15th.
Yes.
And yours is the 18th, 3 days apart. So look, I already know it explains the spirit that you have and everything. Sagittarius are just beautiful souls and loving and giving. But don't play them short, and don't mistake their kindness for weakness now.
No, don't take our kindness for weakness. But anyway, I'm so honored to be here. And I'm just excited because I met you years ago, and it was on an airplane with my sister Savannah.
Yes.
I did not know that you end up working with her and she working with you.
Yes.
But in that regard, I wanted to talk a little bit about the GullahGeechie Angel Network, which is a nonprofit organization that preserves and promotes Gullah culture by way of art. We believe in art for social change. We not only connect in the 50 states, but we also connect the diaspora, which is the Caribbean, Africa, and Europe. And so we are going to have an event coming up, and that event is going to be on December 9th. It's going to be at 134 Cannon Street at the Pure Theater. And we're going to have a GullahGeechie celebration. And people always ask, what is Gullah? Well, Gullah is the land, the people, and the culture. And it's actually those enslaved Africans who were brought from Senegambia all the way down to Angola. And we are those Africans. We have the highest retention of African tradition in America. And if you don't believe me, come to the GullahGeechie Nation. The GullahGeechie Nation goes from Jacksonville, North Carolina, all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, and 30 to 35 miles inland. And along that coast, you'll find people sustaining the land, holding on to the land, cooking red rice and fish. We are still very much of a communal community. And so we work together. And what we're going to do on that December night is that we're going to celebrate those wins. We always talking about what we don't have, but we want to celebrate what we have, which is our history, our art, and so many other things that we have been able to come to America and sustain. So that's one day. Now, the second day is December 10th, and that is workshops, because we want people to know how GullahGeechies have hold on to their traditions by working in it. Like we have some young people that are coming, and they have the palmetto roses, and they're going to be creating the palmetto roses. And then we have our elder, which is Mrs. Peggy Hartwell, and she's coming, and she's actually going to do quilting. It's called story quilting. And whatever young person come, they could sit down to her table and make a postcard or a little small quilt, and that's going to be free. Some of the workshops there is a charge because it takes a little money to do things. And so we will also have we have Jasmine Smalls, and she's going to be doing some hair. And so she has a workshop, and she's going to show you how to keep your locks going. So I think that's going to be very, very exciting. And then Nina, who's a young lady that works with me, she is actually going to do tie-dye. So she said, bring something that you want to tie-dye, and then you could do it there and take it home and keep it and, wear it. So we have a lot of exciting things. Back to the 9th, I like to just go all over the place. And back to now we're going to have vendors, right? We're going to have Savannah Jay, my sister that whom you just spoke about. She's going to be the host, but we're going to have a special guest. And that special guest is Queen Quet, chiefess of the Gullah Geechee Nation. And she's going to talk about the history. I told you we're going to have history, art, and all kinds of different things. We're going to have a little food, and the vendors are coming from all over. These are vendors that have been vetted by us. Most of them are Gullah Geechee vendors, so they all have Gullah Geechee things, and some things are not. But these things are all connected to the diaspora. Like I said, the Gullah Geechee Angel Network, we connect all 50 states and the diaspora. So when you come, we're going to have our Gullah Geechee keyboardist, Larry. We're going to have Larry there, and Larry's going to be there to just entertain us with some music. So it's a lot, and I'm always excited about it because this is how we have been able to retain our culture by doing the things that we need to do, which is the art, the history, and all that. And I always work with a lot of young people. I do. My niece Tiffany, she's going to also be there. She's a jeweler, so she'll be making jewelry, and it's just so much interesting things that we could do. And I wanted to bring a presence to the city of Charleston. I wanted them to know that we still young, and then we ain't going nowhere. We right young. So that's what I want to do. I know I talk so much sometimes when I get excited. So just let me know what else you want to know, and I'll just give it to you.
Well, you're right. Listen, as you notice, very few people can shut me up, and Damaris would tell you that. But listen, I'm just letting you, because you are a wealth of knowledge. But I do want to kind of piggyback and go back to what you talked about the history, and then I'm going to ask you to define Gullah and Geechee, because you kind of define Gullah. But Elder Carlie, you talked about history. Now we're living in times to where, for nefarious, just evil reasons, my opinion, this is what I'm saying, you have politicians now and other organizations that want to ban Black history and want to ban books and keep them out. So it's so important that we do what I know our elders did, because first there was a time to where if people called us our ancestors reading, they could be lynched. So I mean, a lot we just had to do in our communities, and a lot of times, I'm sure like the Jim Crow era, a lot of churches taught the truth about, because Black history is American history. So I just think it's so important that you are teaching this history. And I know for a fact that it really empowers young people, because a lot of times, and I work in the media, so that's why it was so important for me to own a media company. The corporate media, they will try to kind of impose a narrative based on the biases and stereotypes and the bigotry that they look through that lens, bigoted lens, in terms of how they see Black people. So it's so important that you teach the culture, the language, the history, bringing together the entire African diaspora to let our young people, and not so young, know that you come from royalty, you come from people who invented vaccines on the continent of Africa, and mathematics, and so many great things, the pyramids. So nobody has a patent on intelligence more so than your ancestors. But we weren't taught that. Our ancestors who were brought here, they weren't taught that. As a matter of fact, they denied that and tried to strip them of their culture. And in spite of that, 404 years later, you are still sharing the knowledge and teaching people about the culture. So I guess that wasn't so much a question, but I just wanted to commend you, because the times that we are living in now, teaching this history, the only way our kids and grandkids are going to get it is if we teach it, and organizations like you teach it to the young people.
Exactly. I usually tell my young people, I use this little piece here. Yenna chillin' wonder about what Yenna's secret be. Yenna rich with the Gullah Geechee. If people think Yenna lie about the one Yenna be, then crack your teeth about Yenna history. And all I'm saying is you got to go back and fetch it. It's called Sankofa. And you got to go back to the old days and come back and bring it to the new days and use those two You know, the vibration that we have now is very important. A lot of people are, you know, kind of wanting to know more about Gullah culture. And a lot of people are saying, I am Gullah Geechie. And I'm proud of that because at one time we were ostracized. We couldn't say that. We were beat out. Sometimes we went to school and we were beaten for saying certain Gullah words. So now is the time that people are proud of being Gullah Geechie. And it is Gullah Geechie. It's one people. And see, Geechie is actually the creolization of the language. It's more English words added to the Gullah. And so that's what it is. But people separate it. But we have brought it together in so many ways that we are Gullah Geechie people. Like I say earlier, we been ya and we ain't going no way. Now the Gullah Geechie people, they actually have a lot of African traditions. Like I said, when we would have people from the Department of State to come and visit Charleston, they would ask Queen Quet to bring them so that we can see what the culture, how the culture is connected. And when they would come, they would see so many things that were similar, especially the guys from some of the French-speaking country, because we couldn't speak French to them because we didn't know French. But when we brought that okra out, they knew. Okra. I said, yes, that's okra. So we could communicate through food. So today, from 400 years ago till now, we are still eating the same foods that we ate in Africa. It changed a little bit because we do a lot of the local foods, but they have a restaurant right now in Charleston. And when I go there, they have this thing called Jolie, maybe the 10th degree, you know, but it shows you how connected we are. And it's not, you know, I believe that everything is connected, but we as human beings, we disconnect things. Yes. But when we come back and realize that we are the water and we are the moon and the stars, all of that is part of us because God created us like that. So yeah, so the Gullah Geechie people is just, and people ask me all the time, why are you so passionate about it? It's because it is so important. If this can empower people to know who they really are, yes, why not be passionate about it? Because I know for myself that has taken me on a journey. And I have a book out called My Journey to My Gullah Geechie People. And I tell you, it has been a journey that I have enjoyed, that I have learned, that I've been able to tell my peers what benefits that I get from knowing who I am. And you get a lot of benefits because you won't allow people to tell you who you are. Because like you said earlier, we are kings and queens and we come from royalty.
Elder Carlie, how long have you been on a journey and what was your inspiration to start that journey?
Well, I've been on this journey more than 40 years. I started, it's a long story, but I was tasked with writing a paper on Gullah culture in 1986 at the College of Charleston for my African American class. And I was told that there was no information, but I found it, you know, and I wrote that paper. I got an A on it. We got a recording of the people on the Fusky Islands speaking the Gullah because at that time I wasn't familiar with all the other islands. And I got an A on it, and I realized that this is what I love. This is what I was called to do this. And even from a little girl, I would wear my hair wrapped, and everybody would like, what's wrong with her? Why she got her hair wrapped? But it was just in my DNA. So it is in our DNA who we are and whose we are. So that's what really inspired me. And I love culture. I love to travel and find out about other cultural nuances. And I love people, really. So this is one of the reasons that I was inspired. And then the inspiration, I realized that if you do what God has called you to do, that you will be able to bless many people and they will be able to bless you, because it's been a blessing to me, you know, to learn more about myself and to share that with others.
My mother, who's watching, one of the many pearls of wisdom she taught me, Elder Carlie, she said, Jeannie, when you allow God to use you as a vessel to be a blessing to others, your blessings will come down like raindrops from heaven. And she's right, because I have been blessed, but that was in my DNA because that's who she is. That's who my grandparents were. I want you to, I want to make sure that I've got this information right. I know you can confirm it. We talk about history and us not really knowing who we really are. I have learned that I think at least 40% to half of all of our African ancestors that came from West Africa came through the ports here in Charleston. Is that correct?
That is correct. It is correct. Yes, that is correct. And we have the International African American, the IAM,
Yes.
International African American Museum, that's connecting those dots. And it's a beautiful thing. And I would recommend anybody to go there to the International African American Museum and check on that, because they started with Africa and they came, all through. And it's not just for Charleston, it's for everybody. And we have people who have been dedicated to that, and Queen Quet is one of those persons. She actually went to 50 states and some countries talking about Gullah culture and letting people know who we are down here. So I always like to honor her, but I do want to honor my mother, because my mother allowed me to be. When I would have my head stuck in the books, she didn't say you need to go to bed. She's like, okay, Carlie, that's you. She would always say, that's you. And she always supported me. And not only her, but my sister, my baby sister, all my sisters, my sister Thomasina, all of them. So I just want, it's in this journey, you can't do it by yourself.
That's true.
But God gives you the tools, and you got to go ahead and dig. You got to do the digging. And once people see you doing the digging, they'll come and help. But you got to know when to dig and where.
And honor your mom. She's among the ancestors that I've been told that when we honor our ancestors, those who are no longer with us physically, their presence had never really gone. Their spirit is with us. So she's a special woman. So say her name and go ahead and honor your mom.
Yes, I honor my mom, Modestine Martin. I honor Maya Angelou. I honor September Clark. I honor all those women and men, especially Denmark Vesey. I honor Denmark Vesey. I honor Gullah Jack, and all those who have strived for freedom for our people.
And one thing I want everybody to know before I had to let you go is that you travel, because you have traveled, you talked about Queen Quet, all over the world, teaching the GullahGeechie culture and everything that comes along with it. A lot of people don't realize one of the main reasons our ancestors were snatched up from Africa and brought here is because we knew how to grow and to cultivate or to harvest things like rice and indigo, because the colonizers that came here and stole the land, they didn't know how to, they couldn't grow nothing. So it took them to take our ancestors from their homeland to come here and just to save their behind. So I know a lot of things like that you learn. So if anybody would like to have you and your Angel Network come to their city or town or school, because like I said, I know you've traveled all over the world, please give everybody the contact information. And once again, tell them about here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area this big weekend. If you're anywhere near, if you jump on 95 or jump on I-40, I-20, I-26 and come on through. But let everybody know if they would like to have you and your Angel Network come and teach about the culture, share that information with everybody.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook, Elder Carlie Towne, and that's Town with the E, and also GullahGeechie Angel Network, that is also on Facebook. You can also call us at 843-330-5480. And then, and please come, because there's a lot of things that are happening in Charleston now, and we need to be here to be a testimony for the great things that are happening. There's some things that are not so great, but we want to celebrate the great things right now. We want to put that vibration out.
Yes.
And so we're looking forward to seeing you Saturday, no matter where you are. Come to 134 Cannon Street, and that's at the Pure Theater, and that is from 12 to 3, and that's GullahGeechie Celebration, and we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate those wins. This year has been a great year for wins. I've seen a small little city stand up and say, no, we don't want you to build this in our community.
Yes.
And it was the whole GullahGeechie group. And I was like, wow, the whole GullahGeechie community. And I was like, that's a win. That's a win. And, we're going to take those wins and make more wins. So
that's this weekend. That's the downtown Charleston area, correct?
Yeah, that's downtown Charleston at 134 Cannon Street. And yes, and it's free. We just ask for a goodwill donation. And then the workshops will not be free. Those are governed by the people who are giving the workshops. Some of them are free and some of them aren't. But I wanted to bring this information to the city of Charleston so people can know. They don't have to go looking like where they at. We right here and we ain't going nowhere.
And they can't ban it. They can't ban the books. They can't do nothing with it. They don't like it. Too bad. That's their problem.
Yes.
And once again, give everybody the social media platform and your website where they can contact you and invite you to come and to speak to their groups and where you can teach more about the culture.
Thank you. I am Elder Carlie Towne, and again, that's an E on the end, and that's on my Facebook, and Facebook for the nonprofit is GullahGeechie Angel Network. And also, you can call at 843-330-5480, and I will return call. I'll get my assistant to return the call. But I appreciate you, Geno. I thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I'm so excited as usual. And I want you to keep up the good work.
Thank you. I received that.
Your mama did good. Your mama did real good.
Well, you made her smile because she's watching me live. And she told me to tell you hello, and she just spirits connecting. You all's birthdays are 3 days apart, so those spirits couldn't help but connect. Elder Carlie Towne, founder of the GullahGeechie Angel Network. I honor you, my sister. I am proud to be able to call you sister. I tell people that, like I said, DNA don't make you family. It's like DNA don't make you a parent. DNA don't make you a daddy or mama, it can make you a donor. And DNA don't make you family. Family is somebody that you share, like I said, a common interest, the outlook on life and the world, and you share a spirit and a common bond to want to help and support and be community. Because I know that's one thing that you teach. We kind of gotten away from that. Our ancestors, when they were back on the continent, the motherland continent, it was all about community.
Exactly. Communal, yes. Communal, yes.
We kind of got here and got selfish and got greedy and arrogant and ego and I don't like that one because it's no. That ain't that's not how we survived all these centuries. So I honor you, my sister. May God continue to bless and have favor on you, your family, your network, and everything that you touch. I'm honored to be able to call you a sister. And we'll see you again. You have a permanent home, even though you know this, so I don't have to tell you this, but you know you have a permanent home on this platform anytime you want.
I appreciate you, Geno. Thank you very much. You have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you, my sister. Beautiful spirit. Let me just do something real quick. I want to thank her again, Elder Carlie Towne. She is the founder of the GullahGeechie Angel Network. Beautiful spirit, beautiful soul. I'm sure you picked that up. Just coming through your television or your smartphone or your tablet, however you're watching me. Hey, listen, thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, and God most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out, the CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. He just opened up a brand new, beautiful barbering palace. It's not a barber shop. It is a barber palace. So check him out on Instagram and his work, Kel, KELBECUTTINUP, Kel, be cutting up. And Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. I call her the drip director. So check Allie Jones out and her collection, the LX.N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi. Collection is LX.N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi, underscores that little dash at the end of the last L. Thank everybody for watching live. Thank everybody for watching whenever you watch. Once again, thanks to Elder Carlie Towne, founder of the GullahGeechie Angel Network. We will see you the next live edition. It's going to be Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. In the meantime, subscribe. Subscribe and tell everybody you know and don't know. Like, love, hate, can't stand, strangers, aliens. Subscribe, share, screen grab some of the show, make it go viral with Elder Carlie Towne. So subscribe, share, screen grab, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. We'll see you live 6:30. In the meantime, go back and binge watch some of this episode if you missed it, and then go back and binge watch. Make it a Geno Jones Show binge watch night. Pop some popcorn, get you some cashews, whatever you like there, and just sit back and enjoy the show. We'll see you live Wednesday, 6:30. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.